Most of there, guys. What is up? It is the Draxix dude here. And today, I feel like we're gonna dive into something really controversial. That's just what we do at this channel. We just dive into everything that is controversial. I'm gonna say some opinions that aren't necessarily the right things to say to the community, and I'm sure I'll get some backlash for it, which I usually do. But Call of Duty Modern Warfare is never going to be a good game. There, I said it. And no, it is not for the reasons you might suspect. Believe me, I'm actually really enjoying this game. I know it sounds really weird. A guy enjoying Camper Warfare 2019? Now, that's where you're mistaken there, bud. Jimbo. This game is inherently fun. Now, to say that there isn't any problems with the game is completely misunderstanding my point. This game is not perfect, just like every other game that has been released in 2019, 2018, 2017. Every game, I have never seen a really good launch for most multiplayer games. I don't know about single player games. Certain single player games I haven't played. I know there was a great backing of God of War, Spider-Man. I never played those games. Alright, so I'm not talking about those games. I'm a big Forza Horizon fan, but even I could say that that launch wasn't really that great. I like watching fail videos and all that, so there's always something about that always makes me laugh. I don't know. But we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare and why it's not going to be a good game ever. And I know this sounds really weird. You could probably say this about Ghosts when it came out. While I'm sure that there are people who enjoy Ghosts, still do. But according to this community, nothing Call of Duty does is right. Ever. It doesn't matter what Call of Duty does. And I said this back in when they released Infinite Warfare. I'm not saying Infinite Warfare is great by any means. I didn't like the game. I didn't like the way it was produced. I didn't like the setting. And mainly that's the reason why I never really played that game as much. Or at all, to be honest. It just wasn't that fun. And the setting wasn't my cup of tea. And it just wasn't something I wanted. And I voiced my opinion. I wanted a World War II Call of Duty, and I got it. COD World War II. And I inherently love that game. Alright? Might be a little bit biased because that was the game I wanted. But overall, after the winter update, that game was perfect. After that big overhaul, the game was lit. It was perfect. It was as good as it could have been at launch. Plus it had all those guns. And it was just fixed. Now, Black Ops 4 was crap. It never got fixed, and it will never get fixed. You could say, well, microtransaction system's a little bit better now with the ability to get the weapons you want with 50 supply cases, but you still have to get 50 supply cases. Not really a good deal in my opinion for a gun that could make or break a game to be locked behind a microtransaction system. Yikes. That game was trash. Alright? But this game, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is as good as it can be for Call of Duty. And I am saying that in the purest, unbiased form possible. This is as good as the game can be. And you can sit here and complain about skill-based matchmaking, the maps, about your other peers being just completely toxic in the game, which is what's really ruining this game. It has never been the developers this entire time. Yes, the fact that it took it this long to get the 725 nerfed is a problem. But look at all these good things that we can do in this game. Look at all the things that we can do in this game that we can't do in other titles. Now, camping is a problem, but it's a variety. It's a variety of gaming. Every game, every FPS game has camping. Now, don't get me wrong, I think we need to emphasize run and gun tactics. Yes, I think that would be a very good idea. You know, just give people the option to do what they want to do. And don't reward people for just sitting in a corner all game. I mean, that's just step one of making a Call of Duty. Don't let people sit in a corner, and don't let people run around with their head cut off. Just have it somewhere in the middle. I'm not expecting a Rainbow Six type game. I don't want it. I want Call of Duty. If I wanted to play Rainbow Six, if I wanted to play Battlefield, I'd be playing those games. I want to play Call of Duty in its purest form. Just chaotic fun. And you actually get it with this title. By chaotic fun, I'm not talking about running around with your Maddox, putting 90 bullets into somebody and dying. Because that's totally not what Black Ops 4 was. Still kind of pissed off about that game. I really hated it. I want to say goodbye, but that's just something that Treyarch needs to live with. They need to live with that failure of Black Ops 4. It will never be retrospect as a good Call of Duty. The worst game Treyarch has ever made. By far. It's not even close. It was Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Not even Call of Duty 3 was as bad as that game. And no, I'm not talking about Black Ops 3. I don't know why people say Call of Duty 3 and people think, oh, well, it's Black Ops 3. No, it's a completely different game. It's like when people say COD 2. You're talking about the World War II game, right? No. That's Black Ops 2. Not Call of Duty World War... It's only with the Black Ops games, too. This is just something that just gets on my nerves every time somebody mentions it. And I get it. It's just me just griping about stupid shit. And I guess that's essentially what the Call of Duty community does anyway, right? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not giving myself a pass for being an obnoxious asshole. Far from it, actually. I honestly don't know how I died there. Somehow that bouncing Betty hit me. Alright, I think I've been rambling on for a little bit too much. Modern Warfare will never be considered one of the greatest Call of Duties. Mainly because of this problem. Its community. Its core fan base sucks. Yes, I'm talking about the people watching this video. And don't get me wrong, I'm not singling any of you guys out. It's just you guys as a whole. This game could not be the greatest because of the way you guys play these games. You guys are too worried about losing that you'll use every conceivable advantage in the book to win. And that, I mean, you could say that's a bad thing. I say it's a bad thing. You could say it's a good thing. You know, people have competitive edges. That's fine. But when it's controlling the entire game, not just the competitive scene, the entire game, it ruins it entirely. The people who are playing this game are plaguing it with their sweatiness. And I'm not just calling out like one or two people, it's the entire community. No, I'm not singling any of you guys out. It's the entire community that ruined this game. This game could be so much better. And I actually have some changes that I'll be discussing in a later video on how to make this game less sweaty. Stay tuned in for that. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification button so you know when that next video is coming out. And I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Talk to you later.